Cities Skylines II, the 2-year verdict. Is it finally the game we were promised? 2 years since the most anticipated city builder of the decade finally landed on our PCs, Cities Skylines II, the heir to a legendary throne, promising a simulation so deep, so vast, it would redefine the genre forever. Hey everyone, this is Morcejo, and today we will talk a bit about Cities Skylines 2. It's October 2025, and it's time to ask the big question. After a launch that can only be described as catastrophic and 2 years of patches, DLCs, and developer promises, is it finally the game we were all waiting for? We are going to deep dive into the promises, the rocky launch, everything Colossal Order has fixed, what's still broken, and what's next on the horizon. And by the end, I will give you my verdict on whether it's finally time to invest or it should keep waiting. Let's get into it. For anyone who might be new here, Cities Skylines 2, developed by Colossal Order and published by Paradox Interactive, launched back in October 2023. It was the direct sequel to the 2015 classic that for many of us became the gold standard for modern city builders after SimCity disappeared from the landscape. The expectations were sky high. We weren't just expecting a prettier version of the first game, we were expecting a revolution, and now, 2 years on from that turbulent launch, the game is in a radically different state. So today, we are doing a full status review to see if the reality of late 2025 can finally live to the hype of 2023. Let's rewind the clock. The pre-launch hype for this game was immense. Colossal Order promised us the world. A deep simulation. This wasn't just about zoning. We were promised a complex economy simulation where individual households and businesses made choices that matter. Unprecedented scale, maps that were orders of magnitude larger than the original, no more arbitrary limits on props or vehicles. The dream of building a true, sprawling metropolis was finally within reach. Next-gen mechanics, brand new road tools, mixed-use zoning, integrated seasons, and a complete overhaul of city services. Mod support for the future, a new unified platform, Paradox mods, that would work across both PC and eventual console version, ensuring longevity. The community, myself included, took this and ran with it. We dream of simulating realistic supply chains, tracking a single citizen from birth to death, and building cities that felt truly alive. The hype was not just a marketing push, it was a shared dream for the future of the genre. And then it launched, and it was a disaster. Let's not sugarcoat it. The performance was abysmal. High-end rigs that could run any other game on the market struggled to get a stable 30 frames per second, even on low settings. The game was riddled with bugs, from nonsensical economic behavior and broken garbage collection to, well, the infamous missing teeth of the loved citizens. Beyond the technical issues, some key features were felt missing or half-baked. The detailed public transport management from the first game was gone, core policies were absent, the simulation, which was meant to be the game's crowning achievement, felt shallow and often made no sense. Rent was so high that no one could afford to live, yet entire skyscrapers would fill up overnight with single occupants. The response was brutal. Critics called it an unfinished early access title, and the player score on Steam plummeted. It was a massive blow to the community's trust and a stain on an otherwise beloved developer. But that was 2 years ago. To their credit, Colossal Order didn't abandon the game, they got to work, so what's actually better now in late 2025? Performance. This is the big one. Through dozens of patches, performance is significantly better. It's still a demanding game, but you can now build a large city and maintain a playable frame rate on a mid to high-end PC without needing a supercomputer. Core simulation tweaks. The economy has seen several major overhauls. The infamous high rent bug is gone, land value calculations are more logical, and businesses now feel more connected to the actual supply and demand in your city. It's not perfect, but it's no longer fundamentally broken. Quality of life. We have gotten so many small but crucial updates, better raw tool snapping, more robust live management for services, and an easy mode to help newcomers get started. These things have made the moment-to-moment gameplay far less frustrating. Modding and assets. Paradox Mods has grown significantly. The asset library is now filled with thousands of community-made buildings, props, and maps. While still not the Steam workshop, the official editor tools have been released and the modding community has started to work its magic, creating essential mods for things like traffic management and UI improvements. The game today is far more stable, logical, and feature-rich than it was at launch. But it's not all fixed. 2 years later, some of the launch day promises still feel unfulfilled, and deep-seated issues remain. The core simulation, while improved, still lacks the depth many of us hope for. The economy is much harder to lose, and traffic AI, while better, can still make baffling decisions that led to citywide gridlock with little player recourse. It feels more like a complex traffic puzzle than a living, breathing economy simulation at times. Many features that were staples in the original Cities Skylines, especially with its DLCs, are still missing. We are talking about things like detailed disaster management, specific industry specializations like the Industries DLC, and robust campus or park life mechanics. And the transparency from the developers while improving has been a sore spot. The recent Bridge and Ports DLC, after several delays, is finally set to launch later this month, but the community remembers the rough rollout of earlier content packs. Also, they are relatively pricey for the features they include, in my opinion. The console fans are still waiting for a console version that has been delayed many times already, and it has no foreseeable date for release. The main reason? Performance is not up to mark yet. So, where do we go from here? Colossal Order has not laid out a roadmap for Year 3. The developers have stated their commitment to long-term support, mirroring the decade-long development of the first game. They're saying all the right things. They're listening to feedback, focusing on simulation depth, and continuing to support the modding community. Looking further ahead, the team has hinted a large simulation-focused expansion plan for 2026, one that aims to deepen how citizens, businesses, and events interact in real time. Details are scarce, but the ambition suggests they are listening to what players actually want, a city that truly feels alive. The risk, of course, is another stumble. The community is cautiously optimistic, but they won't be fooled twice. Alright, so after all that, here's the bottom line in October 2025. Is Cities Skylines II worth buying? I have two answers for you. For new players, if you have never played a city builder before or you're coming in fresh without the baggage of the first game, absolutely. The launch day horrors are gone. You're getting a beautiful, massive and functional city builder with unique mechanics you won't find anywhere else. For its current price, it offers hundreds of hours of creative fun. For Cities Skylines I's veterans and those born at launch, this is a tougher call. If you're coming back hoping for a one-on-one replacement for a fully expanded CS1, you might still be disappointed. The modding scene is good, but not as major, and some of that specific DLC magic isn't here yet. However, if you're ready to embrace a different kind of city builder, one focused more on scale, economics, and building systems than on hyper-detailing every park, then yes, it's absolutely time to give it another shot. The foundation is finally solid. What I hope to see is Colossal Order continue to focus on that core simulation depth, give us more consequences for our choices, more challenges to overcome, and more tools to create truly unique cities. So, that's my take on the state of Cities Skylines 2 years in. It has been a long and bumpy road, but it feels like the game is finally turning a corner and starting to become the sequel we all hoped it would be. But now, I want to hear from you. Are you playing? Did you come back to it? What do you think is the biggest issue that still needs to be fixed? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if there is a specific mechanic or feature you want me to test out and its current state, let me know and I might make up a follow-up video. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, happy building!